I chose my phone, an iPhone 16 Pro Max, because out of all of my possessions, it is one I use the most. Additionally, I thought it would be a good item to follow through the receiving process because it is made and shipped internationally and should cover most of what we have learned. Scheduling delivery vehicles is the first step in the receiving process, along with proper yard control, help prevent congestion, ensuring a smooth flow of goods into the warehouse. Once my iPhone was finished with the final assembly process at the manufacturer, Apple, it was ready to be shipped. iPhones are made largely overseas factories in China or India. They are transported to a large customs warehousing facility that is often located within a foreign trade zone, FTZ, to streamline import and export procedures. My iPhone would then continue through the process, being delivered to distribution centers by transport methods like air and sea freight. To get it to the country and state it was scheduled to be delivered, road transportation can finish delivering to retailers and customers. The delivery vehicle containing my iPhone and the other iPhones that were shipped with it arrive, and they are unloaded. Then it goes through a specific process involving several key steps that include, but are not limited to, using chocks behind the trailer driver's side rear wheels or other means of vehicle restraint, checking the seal and opening the truck door, inspecting the trailer or load condition for damage or contaminants, receipt of goods, verification against purchase order. Unloading products correctly is vital. It prevents damage and sets the stage for accurate quality and quantity checks. My iPhone or any iPhone 16 going through the receiving process, whether at a retailer, distributor, or warehouse, would undergo steps to verify both the quantity and quality of the shipment. The process starts by comparing the incoming shipment to the relevant documentation, such as the purchase order and delivery manifests. This ensures the shipment aligns with what was ordered, including verifying product descriptions, quantities, and potentially pricing. Counting the items, the receiving personnel would physically count the number of iPhone 16 units received and compare this count with the quantity listed on the purchase order. Quality check. Visual inspection. Receiving personnel would visually inspect the packaging and the iPhones themselves for any signs of damage or defects. Checking for specific issues. This might involve checking the device's exterior for scratches, dents, or other damage, and potentially looking for known manufacturing issues reported with the iPhone 16 model, like the reported issues with the titanium frame. Checking accessories. They might also verify the presence and condition of included accessories. Potential functionality testing. Depending on the organization's procedures, random testing of certain features might be conducted to ensure the iPhones are functioning correctly. Apple's use of a total quality program. Before my iPhone reaches the receiving point, it has already gone through Apple's extensive manufacturing quality control processes, including checks at various stages of production. This reduces or eliminates the need for performing quality checks on receipts. My iPhone 16 arrives at the warehouse as part of a larger shipment. Warehouse staff verifies the quantity received against the purchase order or delivery manifest. Initial data entry, information about the incoming shipment, including quantity, type of iPhone 16, for example, specific model, color, storage capacity, and supplier information, is entered into the WMS. Scanning and system entry, my iPhone 16 or a batch of iPhones if they are tracked by serial numbers, is scanned using barcode scanning technology or potentially RFID technology. The WMS records the scanned data associating the unique identifier, for example, serial number, with the product information. Based on pre-configured rules within the WMS, the system suggests or automatically assigns a designated storage location, for example, aisle, shelf, bin, for my iPhone 16. Recording location. Warehouse staff move my iPhone 16 to their assigned locations, and the WMS is updated to reflect the new storage location. Real-time updates. The WMS now provides real-time visibility into the inventory levels of my iPhone 16, including the exact quantity, location, and potentially other attributes like manufacturing date or software version. Cycle counting and audits. The WMS facilitates regular inventory counts, cycle counting, to ensure accuracy and prevent inventory shrinkage. Replenishment. The WMS helps manage inventory replenishment, alerting staff when stock levels drop below a certain threshold or based on sales velocity and demand forecasts. Order generation. When AI placed the order for my iPhone 16, the order is integrated into the WMS. The WMS generates a picking list or provides instructions to warehouse staff, for example, via mobile devices or automated systems, to locate and retrieve the correct iPhone 16 from storage for me. My iPhone is packed securely for shipment, and the WMS is updated to reflect the packed item. The packaged iPhone is prepared for shipment, and the WMS integrates with shipping systems to manage outbound logistics. Entering my phone 16 into a WMS involve physical receipt and verification, digital capture of product information and linking it to a unique identifier, recording the storage location, maintaining real-time inventory visibility throughout its lifecycle in the warehouse, facilitating efficient order fulfillment and other related warehouse processes. Entering data into the WMS is an unsung hero. It sets the stage perfectly for safeguarding and labeling. Upon arrival, separate high-value products like my iPhone and secure them in a designated, limited access area with proper lighting and surveillance to minimize the risk of loss, damage, or theft. Consider caging or locking high-value items, restricting access to authorized personnel. Clear and consistent labeling. Apple uses labels for indicating product name, description, code, and value. Clearly label storage zones with systematic location codes. Traceability and documentation. Accurately document details of the receiving process and maintain detailed records of product specifics, quantities, condition, and any issues. Utilize technology like barcode scanning or RFID tags for identification and tracking, ensuring immediate and accurate data entry into a warehouse management system, WMS. Specific security labeling for preventing scams. Apple uses hidden labels on iPhone boxes that are only visible under UV light to verify authenticity. These labels also feature UV light-sensitive QR codes for additional validation, helping to deter the sale of counterfeit products. The receiving process for my iPhone combines standard warehouse practices like inspection, documentation, and organized storage with added security layers for high-value electronics and anti-counterfeiting measures like UV light-sensitive labeling. Apple utilizes just-in-time JIT and cross-docking logistics to optimize its supply chain efficiency for products like my iPhone. Component delivery. Apple's suppliers around the world would deliver iPhone 16 components, screens, chips, etc., directly to Apple's manufacturing facilities or designated assembly partners just in time for production. Reduced inventory. This minimizes the need for large component warehouses, cutting down on storage costs and waste. Assembly and consolidation. Once assembled, my iPhone 16 would be packed and shipped to cross-docking facilities located near distribution centers or major transportation hubs. Direct transfer. At the cross-dock, the iPhones like mine are quickly transferred from incoming trucks, potentially from various assembly locations, directly to outbound trucks or other modes of transport for their final destinations, me, without being put into long-term storage. Optimized delivery. This accelerated process helps ensure faster delivery to retailers and ultimately to customers. I have learned a great deal about the receiving function and activities that are performed in warehousing. I have a good understanding of the many different steps and actions that make up the receiving aspect of unloading, accepting incoming goods and materials that will be stored, assembled, and shipped to and from warehousing facilities. I learned yard control and how it is crucial to plan and be prepared also about the different types of receiving dock locations and how they can be beneficial or how they can be a disadvantage depending on needs of the company. I have also learned a lot about the technology used and how it plays vital roles in the speed effectiveness of processing numerous packages. I now have a greater understanding of what receiving means and how it fits in the larger supply chain picture, setting the way for all the subsequent functions.